You're listening to Echoes of the Vaegres, a Starfinder actual play by Hallowed Haven Studios.
Previously on Echoes of the Vaegres. After arriving at the station, I forged some documents for the Ventura Maroc, saying I was the owner and now captain of the ship, with Caesar's permission, of course. Aspara and I did some fixes on the ship while Sephia and Caesar went off to do some stuff on their own. Charging the ship was way too expensive, so we decided not to for the moment. As Aspara and I went our separate ways, I made a stop by Sephia's place and helped her with a little bit of work. We found a bit of work on the job board and decided to go with the racing job that we saw before that one. Without Caesar on the racetrack, we met our fixer for the job, one Mrs. Vane, and she gave us a bit of a loaner car for the race and told us some stuff about how there were 4 teams and that it was generally no holds barred, and it took some convincing, but Caesar eventually joined us and managed to have him come down and become our gunner with his sniper rifle. And I was, the driver and hacking, and Sephia and Aspara, well, they was our boarding party. When they had their chance to jump off and into another car, removed and killed the occupants, and, well, Caesar just took the engine out of another, just shot right through the fucking thing. After going a bit further, Caesar threw a grenade into the last car, and I used to spell usually meant just to heat things up a bit, but with that grenade in there, it lit the whole thing on fire and killed them all, which made us the winners of the race. And now that we've got our winnings, we've got a little bit of money in our pocket, it's time to get back to it.
Hi.
I'm Gavin Cash, and I'm playing Tulgrook Ironhelm, a dwarven technomancer.
Hello, everybody. I'm Grizz, and I'll be playing Caesar Bellamy, the Ysoki operative.
Hi, I'm Heretic. I will be playing Aspara Gorlick, the Drow Vanguard.
Hi, I'm Termite, and I'll be playing Sephia Auten, the human nanocyte.
Hi, I'm your storyteller, Vironz. Last we left off, the crew had forged some documents for the Ventura Marek, had investigated some of the cargo, and Tulgrook even looked into it, had a warning burned into his mind about some sort of chaos god making its way into the Vaegres system. You guys all went to sleep respectively, and again, Heretic, I'm sorry, we are going to ignore the gambling.
All good.
And as you all awake, you all have been added to a group chat of sorts with someone named the Professor, at least that's what they called themselves, saying, I have a job for you guys and can pay fuel. Please respond when you wake up. I realize this is an inconvenient time. Don't ask how I got your numbers.
Getting fuel will be good. That is some expensive stuff. Shit. I'll go ahead and reply. I am interested. Tell me more.
I want and need to investigate some ruins on Rust Track.
Is that a place we're familiar with?
Everyone should be familiar with it. It is the now desolate homeworld of the Ysoki, as they kind of fucked up they destroyed their atmosphere, then tried terraforming it, and then it just made it a lot worse. In common tongue, it's more known as Pharaoh Prime. It's considered to be iron world. It's just rich in iron.
Well, shit. Let me pop over to the other group chat. Team, concerns? Do we need to meet before we meet this person?
Well, the last time we were asked to go off-world by somebody, it didn't exactly go well.
Yeah, I remember. But fuel.
Yeah, we also don't know who this is. Which, for something like this, I don't like. With all the shit that's been going on.
I can respect it, but we're going to have to pay for fuel eventually. All right. I'll swap back over to the other chat and say more information would be appreciated. Please let us know where we could meet.
You could meet me on Dock Absalom. Just look for the small Ysoki wearing a tweed plaid jacket.
All right, thank you. And back to the group chat without the professor, just to touch base with the rest of the team. We do have the meeting, but that don't mean we have to get there right away. Epsilon Prime Doc, it's, we can take a chance to plan or prepare if we're worried.
All right, that sounds good.
Oh, thank God, I'm not the only one up.
They have given us an alias, yes?
I mean, yeah.
Should we ask around about someone who said alias? If they're tricky to deal with?
It couldn't hurt none.
I mean, I'm also just down. We live and we die.
Yeah. I gotta make arrangements if we're gonna go off world. I gotta make sure things are taken care of back here, but I kinda do wanna see what's out there, you know?
Indeed.
All right, well, I'll put out some feelers, see what I can find, at least on the net, see if I can find any pictures that match them, or see if they're already around Epsilon Prime, see if maybe they're a regular there. I guess I'll start plugging into some terminals real quick. Y'all let me know if you need help.
Let's hope we don't.
Vironz, I would like to try and research or get a bead on our possible benefactor.
All right. Roll me. How don't you roll me? The computer is first.
Okay. Oh, wow, that's a real low roll for me. 16.
Okay. Just anyone named the professor. It does come up with like a few. You could, I mean, specifically ones on Nova Haven. There's like a few that call themselves like professors of something. Nobody specifically calls himself like the professor. On any message boards that you can tell.
Okay.
And I also think the reason why. Oh, never mind. You are just under a different name on there for a second. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I was rolling with a different name.
But yeah, that's kind of all you can gather at the moment.
Gotcha. All right. With that little information, which ain't much, I'll just start getting in touch with parents, making sure they can handle the stall if I'm gone, or if not, I'll get the robot that we decided not to leave at Caesar's place, and maybe use that as our workaround for the stall until I get back.
Yeah,
assuming we do leave.
Okay. So you're gonna tinker with the robot?
Yeah, until we have to go. Tulgrook will try and tinker with it, try and program it so it'll help out the stall.
Okay. Give me an engineering check then.
Absolutely.
It's also kind of low.
17, yeah.
Yeah, it's still got a few kinks to work out. It'll probably take you about an hour or two. To get it to a point where it's like mostly functional, where it's basically able to like hand over the correct parts when told.
Perfect. All right, that's what Tulgrook will be working on.
All right. Aspara, you doing anything during that time?
I don't think so. I think he would probably go find Tulgrook to assist. Whatever he's doing.
Okay.
Which he would likely not know much.
No.
Now pass me that thing. Nope, not that thing, the other wrench. Not that wrench, the other wrench.
Hold the
They all
light
look
steady.
the same. Each of them has the weird piece. They're just bigger than what he wants from me.
If you could talk, that's fine. Just stop moving the flashlight while you talk.
What are we even looking at?
The inside of a robot. A piece of art. Mostly scrap and old heaps of technology what ain't worth much these days.
Right, Sephia, what are you doing? You still haven't turned in... No, you did turn in the research, but you also have your own copy. The correct copy.
The copy that we didn't fuck with.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, not really planning on doing anything with that. Probably making a secondary copy of that just in case something happens to the primary, because shit happens. Just to have a backup, but
Smart, alright.
beyond that, just waiting for the go-ahead for when we're going to meet this person.
Okay. And Caesar, are you doing anything other than just sleeping?
Well.
You were trying to move the cargo last time.
Yes, and then Tulgrook got a warning emblazoned on his skull, so he said, nah, fuck this noise, and gave them all the information they needed to get it the fuck away from him. So, here's the location, here's the people who want it, get it away from me, is pretty much what he said. I'm gonna roll a d20 to see if he woke up. Fuck. Yeah, he's awake. Yeah, well, I mean, it's that like group chat thing, like ping, 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 but like I'm gonna kill them. I'm gonna kill whoever it is. He'll check his phone. It's another sketchy situation with another sketchy person, but that's no behaving. I think he'll just stop by the seedier parts of the station and restock on some stuff. He'll just send a thumbs up in response to, do we want to do this?
Well, it sounds like we got work, hell yeah.
I mean, it can't be any worse than suddenly being ambushed by a bunch of giant fucking mech guys and big ass guns, right? Right?
I don't know, who are you waiting to answer that?
It's in his own head, like, of course it can't get worse, right? Yeah, I'm going to just purchase more grenades.
All right.
And call it good.
All right. Yeah, after the first hour is when the professor is gonna text, where are you guys?
Easy grasshopper.
Making arrangements, be there shortly.
All right.
Well, you think we can make them wait? I don't know.
Huh.
You got to have grass for there to be grasshoppers. So.
That's a good point. Anyway, off we go.
Yeah. All right, let's skedaddle.
All right. As you all miraculously, at the same time, walk up to the docking port, you do see a few Yusoki around, and for the taller individuals of the group, you do spot the tweed and plaid wearing Isoki, who looks very disheveled, and she seems very strange.
Well, that's not good. Usually nervousness is a precursor to something not great. Y'all, take a look around. Let's make sure we're not going to get ambushed.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah, perception checks from everyone who's looking around them.
Oh boy, I'm actually okay at this now. She says moments before rolling a 1, I guarantee it. It wasn't a 1.
It was a 2.
It was a 4.
Well, 4.
Okay, one of you needs to be able to count.
Okay, to be fair, I said that before I rolled.
What are their?
I gotta know math.
What other alien I see? Oh, he wasn't looking.
You weren't looking. Okay.
No, I mean, if someone's going to ambush them, they would have done it already.
Yeah, y'all don't see shit. Everything seems normal. It seems especially normal to Sephia.
Yeah, let's go say hello then. Seems safe, right? Right.
Sure, she's fine.
Who are you asking?
Y'all, and myself mostly, but y'all too.
Yeah, well, let's get this going.
All right.
Excuse me. Hello.
Oh, hi. You are Caesar, right? Caesar and Tulgrook and Aspara and Sephia. And she points at everyone incorrectly except for Caesar.
Yep, that's us.
Indeed, I am Sephia.
And I am Aspara.
All right, so you know our names, but okay, how? So you know our names, but not which one of us is which, aside from Caesar.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Well, he's the only one of my kind.
Doesn't mean anything.
Oh, it does to me.
What? I don't look like a Togglerock?
Elaborate on that.
Why would I have? He's a Soki.
No. Elaborate on why it's important to you.
Oh, for the same reasons that we're going down to Restrack. I am so heavily invested in knowing and studying the past technology and how our ancestors came from Restrack and made their way into the heavens, into the stars that we all reside in now. I'm very interested in that. I know most of the story, but I believe there's more. I believe that if we study the past technology, we can figure out what possibly could have triggered the Residence Risk that happened years ago, and better improve the station. And she has this wild, slightly bug-eyed look on her, like a crazy scientist.
You got shoved in trash cans a lot when you were a kid, didn't you?
I will neither confirm nor deny that.
Yeah.
So, are we ready?
Well, so your interest is interesting and all, but why us?
Well, you're the most recently docked with the ship, and you have newer documents on your ship. So I figured possibly, maybe, at least you, Aspara, right? Aspara. I believe that you might possibly be able to fly me down, and I can pay for the fuel, of course. Which I'm not gonna lie, I have already budgeted out, and it's ready to go. So are you ready?
To make this perfectly clear, you wanted us just to fly you there and that's it?
Well, yes and no.
Well,
There's the possibility that though the planet is abandoned and destroyed essentially, that there could be some working traps and stuff, because there have been some signs of electrical activity on the surface, at least in the last few rotations that I've studied. So I need some buddies to either be my meat shields. Sorry, no offense, but or even better, take them out. Or, well, actually, no, don't take them out. Don't destroy them. Don't destroy them. Disable them. But don't destroy them. Disable them. But don't destroy it.
well, Sephia here can handle a good punching and a kicking and a trapping, and I'm sure we can figure out a way to deal with disarming and disabling traps and the like.
I won't hesitate to destroy something if my life is at risk.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I mean, I would rather not, but you didn't. But I can't really stop you. I mean, look at me and then look at you, and then look back at me. It's not like I could do much of anything.
Yeah, I don't believe that. How much is the pay?
Well, I'm filling up your ship.
And?
All the way?
Yeah.
All right. Togglerock is immediately doing his best to not reveal how low on fuel they are, and is starting to sweat profusely.
All right, you fill up our ship, and then what? Like, we're delivering you and trying to guide you through a death trap.
Possible death trap. Possible death trap.
The fuel doesn't mean a thing if we can't fly it back, because we're dead.
Will we get a right to loot found and or gotten by not killing?
Well,
I'm so sorry, Heretic. What did you just say? Because your voice in this voice goes up and down. I couldn't understand what you just said.
Sorry. Do we get the right to the loot if we were not kill or kill?
Thank you.
I mean, well, you could have inconsequential loot. And by inconsequential, I mean nothing I really need to study.
To clarify, you're only really interested in studying older technology?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's not like there's going to be anything new down there. I mean, you know, the planet's abandoned.
Okay.
Yeah, there'll definitely be nothing new.
You guys do have equipment to deal with like high gravity situations, right? Or, well, I mean, you don't need the equipment, but are you trained? Or, I mean, are you good to deal with high gravity situations? I mean, you could do it no matter what, but it's still high gravity.
Sephia, are you hearing this?
I'm kind of wishing I was.
Because it feels like we're the gophers that happen to have a car. This individual's going to fill up our car, climb in the car with us. We're going to go down to a death trap. And on the off chance we find anything worth salvaging, that's actually worth something, probably old technology, we can't keep it. Which is the only way we would get paid. And then bring this individual back. Assuming we don't die in the effort, and there's no other payment.
I can offer healing serums. Healing serums are very useful.
See, once again, that just seems like you're trying to get us to stay alive so we can make sure that you aren't at risk. Doesn't feel like payment, more feels like an insurance policy on your end.
Well, you were worried about death. I mean, now don't be.
We could, you are studying the things that you find, right?
Yeah, I'm studying.
Would you be willing to share any interesting information given? If we assist.
Well, I do have, and she pulls out her comlink. I do have this. I'm going to be recording my voice notes into it, and if you happen to listen, that's on you. And that's how. I mean, if you want to share the, if you count that as sharing the information, then yeah, that's me sharing the information. I mean, you know, possibly we could be. Okay, fine. I'm sure I can talk to my benefactor into freeing up some funds, possibly, maybe, to supply you guys. I mean, they're already paying a lot on the ship, but I'm sure they could probably, maybe, possibly give you guys some money. Possibly, maybe, probably.
Yeah, some money would be good, yeah.
Aspara gives a thumbs up to second Aspara.
Second Aspara looks up at Aspara with wide eyes and like shaking with eagerness. So much money.
I think we could make a deal like that, right, folks?
Yeah. Given, Togglerock, it is your ship, you do get to have final say and all, but I'm personally fine with this kind of arrangement.
Indeed, gas prices are going up quite exponentially these days. So it is good to get a small fill while we can.
Yes, the year is 2004, somewhere distant galaxy away. Jesus.
I think possibly you don't mean gas, you mean electricity. Right?
Right, fuel. For the ship.
It is a drought. He shrugs.
I don't think I've ever heard any drow referring it to like that, but you know what? I'll believe you. I'll probably refer to that as now from now on in front of the other drow if I see any other drow that are trying to kill me.
You don't get that much, do you?
No.
You should keep it that way.
Yeah, I mean, but you can also make sure to pack your going out clothes because we will be going out. I mean, it's going to be a good time. We'll have a fun time on the ship. We'll sing ship songs and have s'mores. It'll be good.
Toggy, how bad do you want this?
I mean, filling up a ship is mighty expensive, and making sure we get filled up when we return is be even better. Making sure that, when we're done with this job, we can go on and do other jobs and not worry about gas money.
And it's just like the most begrudging small nod. Like it's all right. This time, if we die, it's not on me.
That's right. It's on me. I mean, it's on Togglerock because it's his ship. So if we die, it's on him.
Yep. Sounds good to old Togglerock.
Right. Okay. So we're doing this then?
Yeah, I think we're doing it.
Well, it's kind of relying on you to talk me out of it, but you did. You sent. Well, yeah. You were my get out of jail free card, Sephia. What happened? That's kind of thing like, what do you mean? Like, you could have said no too. All right. But yeah. Ship's over there. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
And she'll like start scurrying over to the ship that you pointed at, Ventura Marak.
All right. Now that she's not here and I pointed at the wrong ship, which you'll probably figure out in the next like 30 seconds. If it gets dicey, we're just leaving her and going, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Almost certain. Also,
Yep.
Tulgrook, how low on fuel was the ship?
But if it were, gas instead of electric, we'd be on fumes.
Okay. Got you. Okay, she figured it out. She'll be back here in like 10 seconds, but cool. And also, under no circumstances do we make it seem like we left a body there. Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm a little tired. That's not our ship. Our ship's over there. Yeah, our ship's over there. Sorry. It's the eye. Gets a little itchy sometimes, pointing in the wrong direction.
Yeah, we usually are in that direction.
Yeah, it's over here.
Old habits and all.
Yeah, sorry about that. Do you want me to make a deception check? Because I will.
No, the deception's not a thing.
Bluff.
Bluff is.
Sure, I'm gonna bluff. You want me to roll bluff?
No, I really don't need you to.
Okay. I'll start taking a 10 unless you want me to roll. That's easier. But okay, cool.
All right. Yeah,
Shoot,
she
doesn't get out that much.
Yeah, she is gonna scurry over to the correct ship now and wait for you guys. Especially for you guys to unlock or lower the doors to get in.
Go ahead and press this button, get the door lowered, and we'll get on over there too.
All right.
I mean, I'm sure you guys already know how to get going there. It's pretty damn obvious. You can just go boop, there. Fly just boop, there. It's easy.
We're gonna need planetary coordinates, considering it seems like you already have a place you want to go.
Oh yeah. Here, let me. And she's gonna pull out her comlink and tap a few times, and then swipe up. And second Aspara, you get coordinates on your comlink.
Excellent, got them. All right, I'll go ahead and plug these in. Y'all go strap your seatbelts on. It's a little bumpy to take off, but once we're in the air, it's smooth sailing.
Oh, it'll probably be bumpy going down. I mean, who knows what's actually orbiting the planet anymore? I mean, other than, being able to see it, but sometimes you can't really see it. And sometimes, the atmosphere fights back.
I'll give us an update once we get closer, yeah.
Okay.
Togglerock / second Aspara will head off to the cockpit. Is anybody else interested in flying this thing, or is it me and my short feet?
I'm on sensors. You're good.
All right. Go ahead and get in the seat here and get the tools pulled up, get my holographic display going, and I'm good to go.
All right. Go ahead and give me that piloting check.
You got
For
it.
a safe takeoff.
Let's go. 26.
Yeah. It's actually very safe. You do everything to protocol.
And then we all die in flames.
And you're able to safely exit the space station. As you are now just outside.
Alright, get this thing on cruise control. Get some sensors going. We should be all pretty well set. Y'all are free to unbuckle your seatbelt.
I gotta roll something. Yeah, he's asleep.
Okay, that's an interesting thing to roll. Not something I was expecting.
Roll for rat nap.
Yeah.
He has narcolepsy.
I literally make roll tables for just random character occurrences because it's great. Does he have food in his mouth? Roll for it.
Have you ever flown before, little rat woman?
Oh, no. You could probably even refer to me by my proper name. They make us use a fake name just in case things go well, you know. Anyway, my name is oh right, yeah, it's Dr. Zena Quickspark.
All right,
Dr. Zena Quickspark.
all right. I'll address the big thing. Who do you work for?
I don't entirely know.
Fucking damn it.
I mean, I just do the research and people pay me. And this
You don't
time
have
I
a
was
name, you don't have an organization, you don't have a person you report to.
no, I was gonna drop off point this time. It's something new. It's exciting. Isn't it? I mean, isn't it
Wait.
exciting to have like that like air of mystery?
How are you not dead yet?
When we die, I'm blaming Gavin.
Luck? Oh, luck.
Who's
Or,
Gavin?
yeah,
I'm asleep.
who is Gavin? Just mumbling through your dreams.
Absolutely.
Luck or the gods. I mean, it's one of the two.
Right.
How are you not dead yet?
That is for me to know and for you to hopefully never find out.
Okay, you're scary.
This woman's a hot mess.
So, Mr. Pilot, I know you're flying, but sorry to bug you. And I know it's probably only going to be like a little bit, but hold on. And he sees, and nope, the feeling going away. God damn it! I hate when that thing happens. Oh well. So, Mr. Pilot, a question. You seem to be like a magical one of sorts. I'm given that thing. So you're like magical, but like with technology, right? Right?
Yeah, in a way, yeah. I just know what buttons to press and how to make the screens pop up.
Were you well, I mean, you say that, but I know some people like you and who do like magic through technology, and they say it's all like planned and stuff. But sometimes when I ask if they were like, when I ask if they were like born with it or not, and they kind of give a vague answer. So hopefully, maybe you're different. Were you born with it? Did you learn how to do this?
It was a little bit of both. I mean, I figure we're all born with an innate understanding of how to manipulate the tools around us, but really knowing how to do it on a better level might be a bit inherited. You see, my parents were really good at putting things together with like metal and heat, and I figure if you apply that to understanding how electricity works, it's kind of the same thing. But at the end of the day, it was a mixture of knowing and learning.
So you had the ability to do it, and then you learned how to actually apply it.
Yeah, I mean, I could try and teach you a little bit.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to learn. I just want to learn about it. I don't want to learn how to do it. It's cool and all, but I don't want to learn how to do it. No. I already do enough. You know, I hire people. Well, sometimes I hire people, and other times I don't. Sometimes I get really lucky. Anyway, sometimes when I hire people, they just take me to places, and I do my thing, and I don't really have to worry about it. You know?
Yeah, I can understand that.
Am I talking too fast for you? I mean, sometimes it happens.
Just a little, but I was kind of wondering. You say you don't really know who you work for, and I get that, but I mean, you seem to know what you do, and you pretend to be good at it at least. So, like, what's your specialty? Just researching old stuff? Is it technology in particular, or is it just learning?
Oh, I research old stuff. Just old stuff in particular. You know, most of the time it's technology. I mean, considering that magic's a relatively new thing, at least, you know, a wider spread use of magic is relatively new. But especially since, you know, your people and then, you know, his people and, you know, all the other people came through the rifts.
Right. Okay. So do you know much about the rifts and all of that, or is it you study older stuff than that?
Sometimes I do older stuff than that. Sometimes I do stuff regarding the rifts. I mean, I did learn this one thing. They did, well, and you know, by the way, I was reading through this on the net. You know, it's just a theory, probably a conspiracy theory of sorts, but I do like it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably for very selfish reasons, but we're not going to worry about that. The reason why I like it is because the theory is that the rifts originally started because of some electronic thing that happened on Rusttrack. Believe it or not, we've always known that there's electronic signatures there, but there was a spike, or at least this person said there was a spike. It's kind of hard to get the readings. That's part of the reason why I'm going down there. There was a spike in electrical readings coming from the planet. You know, the ambient radiation, all that stuff. There was a spike on the planet in particular, and then it started spreading through all the other planets in the system and the moons.
Interesting.
So, maybe I can find what caused it on the planet, and if not, I might have more of an idea. But here's the real question. Since it spread all over the system, what about the gas giants?
Yeah, what about them?
Well, and here's the thing. These gas giants, you know, we know some of them are completely uninhabited. You know, like the Whispering Mist and Nimbus Cascade. We already know. You know, they're small, they're uninhabited, there's absolutely no readings. Just ask one of the Sheeran. They don't know what's on their planet. They all have that gap in their memory. At least the older ones do. They all have that gap. They don't even remember leaving the planet. All they remember is the station that orbits the planet now.
Well, that is rather compelling.
It is, but I mean, here's the thing: they can't remember the planet, but they do know that they're from it. Make the connections. Make the connections. There was a rift on Sabachi. There was a rift on there. So that means possibly there's some of your kind, or his kind, or, the ones that call themselves elves, or halflings, or gnomes. What if they're on that planet? What if I can get the technology from Rusttrack, and we can figure out how to not be subjected to whatever hive mind that the Sheeran have on their homeworld? What if we're not subjected to the destruction that's caused from what we call their gas? It's the reason why we called it gas giant. Maybe Rusttrack has the key. I sure hope it does. I'm so excited for this trip.
Well, I mean, you honestly put a little more steel into my spine on that. I'm kind of curious to learn a bit more, too.
Plus, there's the added benefit of seeing if there's electricity running, there's probably some of the force fields that were made when people were evacuating. And, in those force fields, maybe, some of the botanical stuff is still around. And maybe we can see what the ancient Yosoki were growing, or see if it mutated or changed due to nobody taking care of it anymore. See if it's overridden the place. We don't know. And isn't that cool?
Yeah, I suppose so. Never been one much for vegetables, but I do like to eat them, so I guess I am kind of curious in that regard, sure.
But imagine how they changed. That's the cool part. Imagine how they could have changed in hundreds and hundreds of years.
Well, they probably got shorter, given that it's a higher amount of gravity.
Maybe. But what if the gravity is different under the force field? What if my predecessors had some sort of thing to counteract the gravity, to counteract the atmospheric pressure?
Like they were running around in hamster balls?
No, I doubt. No, I don't think they. I don't. No.
Maybe.
No, not even a maybe. No.
What if they were like balls that had arms and legs on them?
That's what you call a human.
I ain't thought of it that way, but yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Especially some of them, they get particularly shapely, you might say, like myself.
Oh, you're not as bad as some of the other ones I've seen. Have you ever been on Aurora Prime? Have you been to the higher echelons of the society there? Oh my God, some of those people are, they look like they should have their own orbit. Right? You don't work for, there's no cameras really on here, are there? Nothing they could listen on?
It's a private vessel. It's secure.
Okay, good. Yeah, no, seriously, some of them are so big and so round that they look like they should have an orbit.
And you were worried about the camera picking that comment up?
Well, sometimes when you say things on the space station, they can hear on Aurora Prime with a little bit of delay, and then they pull their funds.
Oh.
Not that I'm speaking from experience.
So they're not like your employers or anything, them folks on Aurora Prime. They wouldn't at all be in charge of any sort of funding related to what you're doing right now, yeah?
There's always a possibility.
Oh, if they are, then I highly recommend not mentioning my name.
Why is that?
You sure you want to know?
Well, your name's Tulgrook.
Right. You never actually. Right. Sure.
Yep.
One of us
Madam
here may or may,
Aspara.
one of us here may or may not be a wanted fugitive on Aurora Prime.
Well,
Because of some unethical science experiment or so I've heard. And misusing lab equipment.
I'm not always in the best ethical sciences. I mean, research does have its downsides. You know, there's this film, this like movie of someone called Indiana Jones. I think I've already made this joke.
Yeah, word of that person's starting to spread pretty far at this point. I'm kind of curious about him more myself.
Well, it's just a movie.
You're pronouncing it weird. It's movie.
Maybe that's how Drow pronounce it. I mean, we call it movies, or at least I do.
There's only one. How are you? You know what?
What do you mean there's only one? No, there's two.
Are you? Okay.
Wait, do you not? Oh. I think I need some laser surgery on my eyes.
Do you have double vision?
Well, it goes away if I squint.
I suppose you might need to look into some corrective vision enhancements, or glasses, or surgery. That might be a good idea, yeah.
Oh, well, that's okay. I mean, I know now it's Movi? Movi.
Yeah, Mo-V. The eye of sound.
And we're all certain that it's not pronounced movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's just no. It's how how
How what?
nothing. It's just movie. Long O. No secondary sound. So movie.
Movie. Not movie?
Correct.
Why did he say
I
mo?
thought they were moving pictures.
Okay. I want you to sit and think about that for a second. Right?
All right, I thought about it.
It's moving, not moving.
It ain't got to do with the color?
What? Hold on. What color?
Mauve.
Mauve?
Yeah, mauve.
What?
My favorite color was mauve as a child. Can humans not see it?
No, you're just saying it wrong. How do you spell it?
Movie. That's what we're talking about.
Oh god, we killed Termite.
No,
Oh.
the color.
Well, if moving, yeah, it sounds the same to me.
Mo-O-V-I-E? I think even you're spelling it wrong. It's. I mean, she's pointing to Tulgrook now, or second Aspara.
Maybe. I'm better at driving than I am spelling.
It is called movie because they are moving pictures. As in the color mauve.
No.
They used to be only in mauve. That's why they're called that.
Oh, yeah. And then they became colored. That makes sense.
That's not true. Or well, I guess maybe where you are you two from before the rift or after the rift?
I was
after.
Okay.
technically both.
How many times were the two of you dropped on your heads?
Within the past week, a couple.
As children?
That was a very long time ago. Back when they had moving pictures.
No, you have brain damage because of a gladiator fighting.
Whoa, Sephia, you were a gladiator?
Yep. My dedication to science drove me to violence.
Okay, well that is true. Just not in the way you're representing it. I am going to go before something explodes.
They could make a movie about this.
Oh.
I'll start writing the script.
The Sophia lady is definitely stuck in thought at the moment.
Howard, son.
We've dazed them.
Sephia, which part of the ship are you going to? and hitting your head against, apparently.
I'm gonna go lock myself in like the fucking engineering wing.
Yeah, the wing on the right.
Yeah.
All right. More specifically, in there, it's pretty fucking barren right now. There are two things of canisters. Two things of canisters. So like, there's a group of 6 and a group of 5. When you rattle like a few of them around the group of 5, you could tell that those are empty, but the 6 seem to be full. They have some weight, and it sounds like there's liquid in there, but you're not certain. There is a nice big computer in here as well, and a terminal that seems to be registering any like all the information that's coming. Basically, all the information around the ship. It's the sensors, most likely.
Are the full canisters labeled with anything?
Nope. Oh, also, the engineering wing is where the bathroom is. So I'm just gonna keep that. Just want you to keep that in mind. It's where the bathroom is.
Who designed this ship?
Someone with a shitty engineer.
How big are these canisters?
About 3.5 feet tall.
Ooh. Okay. So, yeah, probably not a good idea to just crack one open and see what's in it. Funny as that would be.
Look, I'm not gonna say you
shouldn't do that. I'm also not going to say that you should.
Well, I'm going to say that I shouldn't do it.
Okay. I was going to say there's benefits and drawbacks to both. You don't know what's inside.
Just give them a taste.
This is... It is a science that you can technically lick.
Or chug.
Safely.
Like geology, sometimes it's safe to lick the rocks. Sometimes it's safe to lick the gas.
Chug the moxie, Sephia.
Oh, no.
We're not bringing that bit back. Fuck it. We will. Nobody needs to know about this. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Are you gonna do it?
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Okay. Roll me a D100.
It's always a good sign. Alright, here we go. That's an 82.
Okay. The room smells of rotten eggs now. And your state of mind is definitely a little bit changed.
Tulgrook walks out of the bathroom and back to the cockpit.
Yeah, Tulgrook notices no differences.
What in the world? I feel like we shouldn't just leave these things around.
Is Sephia just talking to herself?
100%. To be fair, she just do that.
He's
Alright,
like
let's
excited.
see. Yeah, he's awake. Okay.
She's just making sure the canister is sealed, and then just like sitting against a wall, trying to be as far away from the cockpit as possible, so she doesn't have to hear people talking.
Alright. I'm up. Gotta check the sensors. Nothing bad happening around us, I'm assuming.
On sensors, it does say that there is a leak of propane in the engineering wing.
Just gonna tap the intercom. To whoever is going on to whatever is happening anywhere, there's a propane leak in engineering. Address that, please. Thank you.
Oh, cool, that's what that is. They really should label things like
Did I miss anything?
Well, we decided that mauve is now the origin of mauvies, and it's because they had the color to them instead of being mauving.
Well, it wouldn't make sense. They would be called moving pictures, but it's moving pictures.
He kind of like curls into a ball facing away from the two of you and just kind of puts the blanket back over his ears. Yeah.
Sephia does walk back in. Hey, by the way, the unlabeled canisters in the engineering wing are apparently filled with propane.
Ooh.
Should probably label those.
That means we can have a barbecue.
I do like having propane grill, yeah.
It's a miracle I haven't killed one of you yet.
I mean, it seems like you're trying to, with spilling propane everywhere.
You can bleed propane. It hurts, but you can do it.
How long?
I don't know, I've never done it. But she's not dead, so at least check's watch. 42 seconds.
Oh, well, that's fair. Just make sure you don't, die.
No promises. She walks back out.
I worry about her sometimes. She's such a downer.
That's all right. She's got her mind on the game, and the game is whatever the hell she's doing to herself.
That is fair. Gotta get that bread somehow, I guess.
Wait, we brought bread?
It's an old drow saying.
So we didn't bring bread.
No, we have crunchy worms, but no bread.
Guess we're gonna have to, pop open a bag of those, put some space chili, some space cheese on there, have us a freeze worm pie, crunchy worm pie. Speaking of, I'll go ahead and, put this thing on autopilot for a little bit and go make us some lunch. Y'all hungry?
Sure. Also, wasn't it supposed to be a fast trip?
Usually.
How far is this planet?
You guys are just kind of lightly cruising at the moment. I say lightly. You're going fast, but not too fast. It's about. It's kind of hard. I'm gonna think of that now. I'd say it's probably a few 100,000 miles away.
Only a couple of minutes.
Hours. It's about an hour to hour and a half if you're going slow.
Alrighty, I might lay on our big table and take a nap.
Yep, I'll prep some lunch for everyone and get back to it. I'll let you know when it's ready. I'll cook something up in the crew kitchen and get back to flying.
Aspara, are you actually going to sleep on the table, or are you going to go sleep in one of the actual beds that are on the ship?
Sleeping on the table.
Sephia, do you? This is my thinking table for now, at least while I'm on here. Is there literally any other place that you could rest?
Am I disturbing you with my sleep? What is this?
Yes.
Oh. Fine.
You're disturbing my space. The space is where I do my thinking.
He'll go to his bed then.
All right. Yeah. Here's going to be my question for you. Are you going to move your bed to a different part on the ship?
Yeah.
Where would
It's
you
a
like
bad question to have asked me.
Where would
He's
you like
going
to
to move it
to?
right next to the table.
That's a bold choice. All right. Tulgrook, you could definitely because the bridge and commanding deck and everything. That's where the little kitchenette that Captain Zara put in. That's where it is. So you don't really have to go all that far between, the piloting chair and the kitchenette. That way you can still pilot and keep a semi lookout while you're making some food for yourself.
Excellent.
And as Aspara walks out, it's only a minute or two before he comes back, and you hear the noise before he enters of him dragging this metal along the metal and bringing it onto the bridge and ever so lightly scuffing the floors.
Oh, it hurts. Let me just use my holographic display right here, and Togglerock will put on like a localized music just to try and drown out the scraping of metal on metal. But, it's not loud enough to actually do that, so it's just loud music and metal on metal.
Excuse me, Mr. Aspara, but please turn the music down. I'm thinking.
We're doing that to cover up the scraping noise. I figure scraping's not as good for your thinking. It'll be over in just a minute.
And then thunk, the bed is placed right next to the table.
And just fade the music out. There we go.
Liz, Sephia, are you being this petty, Sephia? Are you really being this petty?
I am not being petty.
Somebody teach her our actual name.
Tulgrook. Wait, I was also Tulgrook. What's happening?
You've been two people.
I have split personality, apparently. No, I just wanted to be on the in here because it's a bit easy, further away from the propane leak.
Oh, well, okay, can you just move your bed? Just sleep against the wall, please?
All right, you're going to move it again? All right, 1 second. And
No.
No shit yet. Is that good?
It's fine. It's fine. You're trying your best, probably.
I am going to bed for a bit.
All right, we'll wake you up when we get there.
Right. Armor comes off and it'll lay down. And almost immediately out like a light.
All right. Yeah, Tulgrook, I gotta ask, what are you cooking up right now?
Like we described earlier, he's gonna get a bag of crunchy worms. He's gonna, find like a cheap can of pasty, not quite chili, probably like veggie chili, and just sprinkle on some soy cheese on top of that. Heat it up in the microwave or whatever is equivalent to it. Shove a spoon into it and eat it away.
Yeah, it's a soylent chili with soy cheese.
Perfect.
And it says
the crunchy worms.
Now for you people.
I kind of miss the flavor when it had real people and it had more meatier, body. And it's all right. It's not bad.
Why am I friends with any of you people?
Because we make good food. Here, you want a bite?
No.
More for me, then. What about you, Professor? You want some of this?
Sure, actually. Yeah, I will.
All right, cool. Let me scoop some of this into a bowl for you. Here you go. A little spoon. There you go.
I love me some crunchy worm chili.
It's good stuff. I mean, the way the temperature and the textures combined, it's just quite lovely.
Yeah, it's good. It's good for the heart. It's good for the soul. It's good for the mind. It's good for the cheek pouches.
Yeah, it's good for everything.
It certainly is not.
You're not a Yosoki. You don't know. You don't know what's good for my cheek. You don't know what's good for my cheek pouches.
No, but I have a rough idea of what's good for your heart, and it's not that.
Oh, come on. It's all veggie based. It's mostly just fiber that we'll shit out anyways.
Yeah, that's the truth. And fiber is good for you. And you see her just take what was like scooped into like a separate bowl for her, and she opens up her mouth and like stretches out one side of it as well. doing the cheek pouch thing, and she just dumps the entire thing.
Oh, that's convenient. Just you got this. Yeah, it's fine.
Oh,
I'll take the bowl.
It's to savor and stack on for while we're going through our journey, especially when we get to the part where we're gonna be descending down onto the planet.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, the good news is, it's not a water-based vegetable chili, so it shouldn't make the crunchy worm soggy at all. You're good.
Why would I ever have soggy crunchy worms?
Exactly.
How do you even get soggy crunchy worms? Isn't that how you bring them back?
Yeah. Well, don't drink too much water while you got them in there, okay?
Oh, I don't drink much water at all.
That explains a lot.
Explains what?
What do you drink?
Caffeine.
That explains it more.
I
Checks out.
don't understand. What do you think it explains?
A lot of things.
Like? I'm a scientist, you can tell me. And you look like a scientist, Tulgrook.
Yeah, you do.
I'm going to be polite. Lack of an attention span.
Huh?
Not you.
Wait, attention span about what? I have a perfectly normal attention span about attention spans.
Right. What were we just talking about again?
Crunchy
we
worms.
were
Soggy
talking
crunchy
about-
worms.
Yeah, that's right.
What specifically about crunchy worms?
How they're good with chili? Duh.
Right. Sure. It's not remotely what this conversation is about.
You sure?
Yes. She was just talking about how she doesn't drink very much water, and I said that it explains a lot. And that she typically consumes caffeine, which explains a lot more.
Well, yeah, you don't want to drink too much water if you just ate crunchy worms. You don't want to rehydrate them while they're still sitting in your tummy.
Yeah, that's why you go for things that, increase energy and increase your focus, like caffeine.
Your heart is going to explode, and it is going to be your fault.
No. I mean, I got some caffeine, and she'll she'll tilt her head back and pull on the other side of her mouth and go see, can you smell it? It's a coffee. It's a coffee. It has all the caffeine.
Do you ever sleep?
Every other Tuesday.
Tulgrook will turn around to face the screens for the piloting. I kind of want to get cheek pouches myself for that. Fuck.
Tulgrook, how long until we make it? How long until we're there?
20 minutes before you hit the atmosphere.
Dear God.
We got a few more minutes, but I mean, you would know, Tulgrook.
Wait, yeah, I thought that you were Tulgrook. Are you not Tulgrook?
I thought I made that abundantly clear when we first met that you got most of our names wrong.
No.
No, you said we got the right names, and then you decided to drop it at that.
No, I most certainly didn't.
Wait, so what's your name then? Are
I'm
you
Sephia.
Oh, Sephia, and that makes him still Aspara?
Sure, we'll go with that. Certainly not
Yep.
the name I just called him.
Oh, wait. Yeah, you said Tulgrook, which makes the other one Aspara. Okay, I got it. Well, I mean, you said it's only a few minutes. I guess we should all buckle up. I mean, we can leave the other one, the Aspara guy. We could leave him there. I mean, if he flies about and we hit the atmosphere, depending on how bumpy and rocky it is, it might make a good show for us.
That's a good point.
He can't get hurt, though, right? By it? What's your experience with it?
In what world would that make any sense?
I'm like a low atmosphere world, or like low gravity.
Okay, well. So we're expecting there to be some amount of turbulence, and we're expecting it to potentially cause him to go flying, yes?
Oh, I see your
Yeah.
point now. Are you? Oh, that explains the lab coat. You're like a medic.
Something like that, yeah.
Sephia, could you duct tape him down just a little bit for us?
I'll just go wake him up.
No, it's fine. We don't want to. Fine, hold on. And Tulgrook will move his holographic display and try and, if he could, connect to the bed and have it like initiate some sort of restraint, like we would use for medical procedures.
Okay.
Just strap Aspara down hard to the bed.
Got it. Here's my next question. Are you going to secure the bed?
No, not at all. I just want him tied to the bed.
Okay.
That sounds really wild out of context.
It does. It does. All right. As the professor is buckling herself in and making sure it's fastened and tight, she's looking around at the rest of you, expecting you to probably be doing the same.
I'll buckle up, get on the intercom here. If you are still awake, please do make sure you are strapped and secured. We're about to engage landing procedures.
All right. I need you to make a piloting check. I need our person who is on. Yeah, I need our person on sensors to make a. Gotta go back.
Oh dear, I'm going to use a resolve point on that.
A perception check for our person on sensors. And the other person is able to assist whoever they feel like needs it.
So it's pretty low for me, actually. That's an 18.
I can try and help with sensors.
I mean, all right.
I
Roll.
currently don't want to have to deal with Tulgrook at all.
Gotcha.
Sephia is sick of their shit.
Are you
Sick of this
saying
shit.
that advantage? What am I doing? You're rolling.
Yeah, roll with an advantage.
Yeah. Huh.
Impressive.
Sure, 19.
1
Just
point
taking the
better is
10.
still 1 point better.
Yeah.
As Tulgrook, you begin to descend into the atmosphere, you feel the gravity and atmosphere start violently pulling down. And it is you're kind of struggling, but you've seen some videos, you've done some practice and some games and such about how to land on a high gravity planet. and you're able to handle yourself pretty well. But but our sensors for the ship are picking up debris that is flying up and simultaneously down near the ship. That's proving to be a little bit difficult to navigate around.
Not comfortable. This is going to be a tricky thing. All right. Coming in slow, steady.
Yeah, and as you're able to land yourself down and you put out the landing gear, it still goes with a thunk. Now, gravity in the ship is still normal for you guys.
Yeah, it's not too bad. All right. Flip on the PA system. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and everyone around, we have successfully landed. If you are missing any sort of limbs, please report that to HR. Otherwise, unbuckle and let's get ready to work.
It's worth noting that if anybody's missing any limbs, there's nothing I can do to reattach.
Right, we got needle and thread, don't we?
There's nothing I can do to reattach them in a way that'll make them functional again.
Oh,
Which one of you freaks tied me to the bed?
Oh, right. Let me disable that real quick.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
I was worried it was one of the others.
Well, you see, you drifted off and your hips started moving, and I figured that wasn't right around polite company, so. And I get it. Old habits die hard.
No, we were going into atmosphere, and for some reason they didn't want to wake you up, so they just tied you to the bed. Despite the fact that the bed wasn't strapped down at all, so it very well could have probably caused you more harm than if you had been left to move on your own.
Yeah, but good news, we got a good pilot.
Right, I'm gonna go explore these ruins. If I die, do not resuscitate me.
Unfortunately, I might have to bring you back.
Is that? Do you want that written in a contract, or do you or what? I don't know what your like policy or what you want from that is.
Get off the ship, Professor.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Let's go.
Do be careful. Gravity's a little extra strong out there. Might not be a problem for me, but y'all might have a hard time.
I'm gonna scare the shit out of this woman.
Okay, what is Sephia doing to scare her?
Well, she's not doing it with the intention of scaring her. It just is probably going to happen.
Okay, what is Sephia doing?
I'm gonna activate my sheath array.
Oh, okay.
And swarm strike. So we got nanites, and they're covering my body. And my hands are awful, terrifying claws.
Oh, dear. That's that is certainly a thing that you are doing now.
Yep, welcome to the party, friend. It's just getting started.
It's a thing that I recommend you don't ask questions about.
I will take that under advisement and follow it, because what you were doing is terrifying. So, okay. That holographic interface that you were doing, are you able to do that again in the way of the directions, or are you not able to do that at all?
I mean, kind of, sort of. We need some sort of tool to determine where we're at. I gotcha.
Tulgrook will pull his comlink out of his bag and activate Omni Tool. And hopefully one of the many tools that it can help with is some sort of, a compass.
All right. Your compass is a bit fucky-wucky, to put it politely. This is an iron world.
Yeah, hold on, that's the wrong tool. Hey, sensors, did we scan this place before we landed, get an idea of what we're, putting our foot on?
I assume that the person that's been studying the planet had a rough idea of where exactly we needed to go.
Well, I do. But having directions, because and she'll kind of like bend down and like scoop up a handful, and you like sand. Everything on this planet is like sand, pretty much. She just scoops it up and like lets it sift through her hands. I can only plan so much. Sand and it's hard to say that's winds, but winds, kind of move things. So I do know where we're going, but I also kind of don't. But also do. But don't. But do. I know it's that way, and she'll like point in a direction.
All right, then we're walking that way.
Give me a second just to connect some stuff, and Tulgrook will mark their location on his data pad, mark on the, assumed direction, and start trying to build us a map, at least so that we can get our way back wherever we're coming from.
Plus, all the old maps that I had or, have access to, that we all have access to, at least through the libraries that are on Nova Haven, they aren't exactly accurate anymore, given, it's been, 300 years or more.
It makes sense.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Well, I'm kind of curious. So the holographic interface spell specifically requires a target computer. If Tulgrook was to just generally aim the interface's spell, like the influence, at the planet, does anything happen?
No, that's your Omni tool. Let me see your spell.
Yeah, I can put it in chat real quick for you.
Nothing is going to happen because it has to be seen, observed, and needs to be close. So
perfect. All right. Yeah, I can't really do anything with the holographic interface. Tulgrook will try, and I kind of shrug at the professor. It don't seem to work, so yeah, we're gonna have to follow your directions and make sure we don't get lost.
it's a shame we didn't bring bread. Otherwise, we could have, left breadcrumbs. Oh wait, but the sand.
Yeah, well, that's what this here data pad is for. We can track our GPS location and just go backwards from there.
Oh yeah, I guess we can do that too. That's not as it's not what that Indiana Jones would do, but it's something.
Yeah, exactly. It's something. Of note, as we're out here in the sand, is it like actually double gravity kind of thing? Is it super hard to move around?
Yeah. For all intents and purposes, so gravity is times 2. Your movement is reduced by half, and range of any, ranged attacks is also by half.
I propose that since I'm dwarf and have slow but steady, that
That at least for the movement speed.
At least for movement speed.
Okay, well, you're going to be the fastest one out of the bunch then.
Let's fucking go. It's the opposite of normal.
That like that shit works.
Who do you think you are?
Encumbrance, never heard of it. Everything's light enough for me to move around at regular speed in.
Oh yeah, and that's the other thing. Your guys' weight is considered double. So if you have,
Okay.
it should be. Yeah, check your encumbrance. See that see what the doubled number is.
Oh, we're actually using encumbrance.
I know. I'm sorry.
And the good news is, I got this here industrial backpack. Y'all can't carry anything. I'll carry it for you.
I'm still fine.
Yeah, Aspara's chilling.
Funnily enough, Tulgrook would be the only one who would be bothered.
Yep, but it don't bother me none. I'm too cool for this shit. Encumbrance rules, I got a feat for that.
And as you guys begin walking, we will go to break.
Thank you for watching Echoes of the Vaegres. If you enjoy this story, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to follow more of our content. You can find all of our actual plays on our website at www.hallowedhavenstudios.com. Please consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/hallowedhavenstudios. Your support helps make more stories like this possible.
We left off with our crew landing on Rusttrack and going in the direction of the ruins that Dr. Quickspark is wanting to go to. It's about a 20 to 30 minute walk of uneventfulness, where you are just walking across sand, and it seems endless. But then Dr. Quickspark is going to go like, it should be, I mean, the old map said it would be kind of like around this area. So I don't... Tech magic man or and scary lady. Do you guys like feel electricity? Do you guys like see it at all?
I can certainly try. Tulgrook will close his eyes, bring his hands out, put his fingers apart. Does he feel anything?
No.
Wait, is it just dark? Wait, I'm confused. What? Do I see anything?
No, all you guys see is sand at the moment.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, I can't. You said my eyes don't do it. My eye doesn't do anything, so I can't see. That makes sense. Anyway. Or do we roll? I'm confused.
Sephia, can you roll perception? As she's addressing you as scary lady.
Give me a second. I can certainly try.
I believe in you.
I don't. That's about why.
I mean, I'll take a 10. Mm-mm.
Okay. You know, I'll give it to you because of your eye.
Yeah,
your
it's
eye
20.
is being lightly fucked up. The closer, further along you guys get, it's not like fucked up now, but it's starting to be like that like slight static and like that moves to the side. And it's happening every, as you guys are kind of like looking around, it's happening about every 5 to 7 minutes. It seems a little inconsistent.
You will relay all that information.
Oh, guess we're close. I mean, this is where the entrance is supposed to be, but I don't know. Maybe keep walking. I mean, are you willing and okay with being messed with in whatever way that you are, and probably magnets as such, or well, electricity plus magnetism. Anyway, are you okay with that? Caesar, are you okay with it?
Say again?
Are you okay with having your eye messed up? The closer we get because of electricity and magnets?
No, it'll be fine. It doesn't work like that.
Oh, okay, cool. We'll use you as our little detector. I hope you all appreciate him as much as I do right now. Okay, let's keep going. And she'll kind of like walk in the exact same straight line, and she's making sure, like, she's looking at her feet every once in a while to make sure she hasn't like varied in a path.
Now, Caesar, just say beep whenever your eye goes all fucky wucky, and we'll figure out whenever, the beeps are increasing. That should be the right way.
That's not how my eye works. It's just an
Oh,
eye.
okay.
Yeah, it's just an eye. That's all it is.
How about the other one?
It's just you have a crunchy worm in your beard.
Oh, sorry, let me get that.
You'll proceed forward.
Yeah, so the closer you get, it's getting closer to every 5 minutes on the dot. Like, you're even able to like time it now. And can I have everyone make perception checks?
Man,
Tulgrook gets shit. Sephia gets shit. Unless you guys want to spend a resolve. Aspara, I can see.
He's doing his thing.
Are the other?
should I? All right.
Do you want to take a 10?
Yeah. It's 20.
Yeah.
So.
I was gonna say you can hedge your bets if you want.
Yeah, I mean, if the TC's higher than 20, we're kind of fucked in the first place. Yeah.
All right. The other two, would you like to spend a resolve point to not roll an 8 and a 10?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I think I'm okay. I trust our other folks to do good.
All right. As you guys are kind of walking along, Aspara, you're the first one to see it, and then it's going to be Caesar a few moments after, as he's kind of like tapping his eye to make it work again. And you see that there are some crushed up, maybe possibly crunched up looking like metal things. It's metal you've never seen before. It doesn't look familiar in any way, shape, or form, and it looks crunched up and might have been a trap.
I see some broken metal. Trap, maybe? No idea what kind of metal.
Can you point it out to us? Maybe that'll help us figure out what it is.
Sure. If wait, you're short. Wait. Look up and to the left and right.
Up, left, and then right. Okay. Just looks like some pieces of shiny stuff.
Yes. I don't know what kind of metal it is or what it's there for, but I suggest we be careful with it.
It's a good point. Professor, do you want to take a look at that thing there?
Oh, I'm
could, and she'll kind of like scurry over.
Yeah, I mean, is there a roll or anything to try and figure out what kind of metal it is?
Uh, roll life science.
17.
Okay. With 17, it's still you can't really like identify it other than you get the feeling that it's of this planet and was probably used on the outsides of Nova Haven and probably some of the older parts.
Yeah, not much I can tell about it. Definitely from here, though.
All right. Well, let's keep an eye on it. Make sure it don't fall on us, none.
Okay, did you guys do your thing? I'll scurry just like a little bit further ahead, but not too far ahead. Okay?
Yep. If you get out of sight, just, let us know. I don't want to lose track of you.
Oh, I'm sure you'll be able to catch up with me. And you can tell she's like starts to like move. She's trying to like move at the speed that she's normally accustomed to, which is, pretty fast. But she is struggling right now.
I swear she's going to get herself. It's a miracle she hasn't already.
Hey, at least our, fuel reserves are filled up for now.
Alright, so there's a trap here.
Probably. You think it's a trap? Maybe we could study it together.
Yeah, I mean, we can take a look, see if we can figure out what it was supposed to do.
Yeah.
We're still, basically in the middle of an open desert, though, right?
Yeah.
I just don't understand why it would be in the middle of nowhere like this.
Well, think about it. If you have a trap, it's usually there to protect something or to catch something. And I ain't seen a whole lot of wildlife running around, so I'm guessing it's not for catching something.
I'm also not seeing a whole lot of things to protect.
Well, probably goes, sand's covering it, maybe. Maybe the scrap heap of the trap itself's covering up. We'll give it a peek. And Tulgrook would like to try and identify, the trap and the trap's purpose and involve our brave scientist here.
All right, roll me an engineering check.
I will assist.
Roll it with advantage.
Hell yeah. That comes out to a 21 in that case.
All right. Well, what are your specific questions about it?
Trying to identify its purpose, like how it would have operated, and then trying to see if it is protecting anything around it or trying to distract, Why is the trap here?
The purpose of this one, definitely to distract. And the mechanism of it is more... It's a little bit harder to ascertain quickly, but you would guess... Since the Yosoki are primarily a the older Yosoki and stories that you learned through schooling, they're very technologically advanced. They've always been, and they want to stay like that.
Gotcha. So this is, trying to protect the place. If it's
trying to keep their technology hidden and private. There's got to be some technology around, most like, so. While they're up ahead, I'm going to take a little minute to dig around, see if there's anything nearby. If not, I mean, it's no big deal. I can catch up real quick. This gravity ain't nothing for me.
All right, so does everyone head off without Tulgrook, or do y'all stay with him?
I'll head off with Tulgrook.
Yeah, let's go with Tulgrook.
All right, if you're coming with me, you best get ready to dig.
I mean, I got a better idea.
What's that?
Yeah. Pulls out his frag grenades.
Tulgrook slowly starts to nod and then increases in pace. Yeah, I like that idea. You see, if a big explosion moves a lot of sand real quick, I think that's real smart, yeah.
But with your advanced knowledge of technology and my penchant and need for large booming noises, we should be able to direct the charge in a certain way that it won't affect what we're looking for.
I think you're right there. Worth a shot, at least.
All right. And he will make a makeshift grenade funnel charge thingy. What role would that be?
Also engineering.
Got you.
And then Tulgrook will assist on this, of course.
Tulgrook, do you roll
Sweet.
your physical science for me?
Hell yeah. 19.
Where the bomb at? Oh, hey, 21. Let's go.
All right. With the help from Tulgrook.
Oh, wait, do you want me to?
No.
Oh, it's not an advantage. All
Yeah.
right.
I had Tulgrook roll physical science. With the help from
Yeah.
Tulgrook about where exactly to place it without doing much damage and to kind of clear away as much space as possible. You plant it in the sand and then run off to a safe distance.
I think it's one of those like, all right, Tulgrook, you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, and he pulls out he pulls out his freaking his little detonator, like click. He says something about radio signals, right?
It could be interfered by the sand. Yeah, you might just have to press and hold.
Nah, I got a better one. He just shoots it.
And with a boom, you clear away quite a lot of the sand, and you could see there's like more of this like mangled corpse of a machine that seems like it would maybe possibly like, again, it's kind of hard to tell. You think it might just like press down and squash the person, but it's still very obvious. So it's kind of like there to distract and warn them that, you know, there are traps around. Don't come closer unless you know what you're doing.
I'm not seeing any sort of doors or holes or hideaways, dear, so.
Well,
We can do it again.
funny that you say that, though. There is a bit of a divot going down that looks like it is made of stone.
Ooh, I know rocks. Oh dear. My stone cutting is for perception checks, and I'm great at those. But would I be able to see if there is a trap or a hidden door located within the stone wall or floor?
It's old. I'll give you that.
Without Jesus.
That old rocks, good. These are good signs. Brush stuff away. See this divot a little closer.
And now you're kind of getting to the point where like the sand is like sloping up. Because you need to clear more away safely, or with grenades. I'm not going to deny your creativity. I don't think I can.
I mean, Tulgrook looks at his inventory of nothing useful for the situation, and then looks back over to Caesar. Think maybe another one or two.
Only one or two.
I remember we can do without blowing up the stone itself, I figure.
Oh shit! All right, puts like 4 back. All right, 2. Well, actually, may have to get a little fucky with this one. All right, we're trying to build up. He starts doing his so keen need to blow things up.
I think it's more the Caesar need to blow things up.
I mean, your rogue's optimal form of damage is a grenade. You can take that as you will. How many more? I wrote it down. That's fine. I have 2 more. It's cool. All right. Is this another? He'll use 2 frag grenades. Is this another engineering check?
No, we'll use your other one. I feel generous.
What's my other one? I'm confused.
No, we'll use the one that you used previously.
Okay. Well, okay. Yeah. I'm just good at this shit. Yeah. At this time, he just takes apart the explosive, rewires some stuff, shapes it. You see him pull out a bag of crunchy worms. He wraps the bag around it for some reason. That he can't really fathom, and he will place the charge and then run back to everybody.
Are you going to shoot it this time?
Well, all right. Okay. Clearly, this won't work. Well, I mean, it will, but I mean, it should. Hopefully, I don't have to shoot it again. I don't want to shoot a bomb. It's kind of a dumb idea. All right. Click. Fuck me, and then I'll just shoot it.
All right. And with another massive bang, you see from up top now, you see the professor, Dr. Quickspark. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, you found the thing.
Yeah, I think once all the sand clears a bit and smoke fades away, we're gonna see something real cool.
Okay. Oh God, I wish we didn't have to resort to explosives. I mean, but it seems so effective. Oh, okay. Things get damaged. I'm not going to be happy, but I can't stop that. But it seems good. Okay.
It's strategic explosives.
I'm going to quote you on that. I'm going to quote that at some point. I don't know when, but at some point it will be. Okay. Keep doing your thing. And the further down you get, the more remnants and corpses of machines and traps there are. And Tulgrook is always the first one to notice, perhaps annoyingly so.
I'm careful.
machines, old pieces of tech. This looks like the place.
Okay. All right. So cool. This is so cool. This is so cool. Caesar, how are you feeling about all this? It's like, it's our home world. There's still remnants, and you could, well, if everything didn't go to shit, maybe live here.
Man, we left it for a reason.
We did destroy the atmosphere.
Yeah. Sorry, as far as being homesick for a world I never knew, you're talking to the wrong Yosoki.
You're not much of an academic, are you?
On the contrary.
Oh? What do you mean?
Where are we going next, Professor?
Oh, well, okay, we're gonna go in as you keep blowing things up, and you
keep blowing things up.
Yeah, you keep blowing things up. It's a bit of a ways to go, and
I don't have that many fucking grenades.
It's all right. We'll improvise.
I mean, we got any more propane?
I think we got a few canisters.
All right, that I could work with. See, he's not that many fucking grenades.
How many grenades are you willing to sacrifice for stuff?
Well, he has 3 left. So it's like, I mean, it's not.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
The second off, if nobody else is going to make the joke, you have propane and propane accessories.
No one else make the joke.
It's not a good joke.
We just have propane. We don't have any propane accessory.
Everything's propane accessory.
What does that mean?
That's a great question. Yeah, you guys go back to the ship, drag out the tanks. They are heavy as fuck. And the only person who is unbothered by carrying them, again, Tulgrook.
Yeah, just lift these up here. What's taking y'all so long? Come on, it's only a little gravity.
You're carrying
It
two
is
while
quite heavy.
You're carrying 2 while everyone else is carrying 1.
You see, you gotta put your knees and your back and your hips into it. It helps when they're all real close together.
All right. Okay. We're gonna have to, well, I guess strategically do this. Tulgrook, place 1 canister there. And I guess take the canister that Caesar has so Caesar can shoot it and blow it up.
Yeah, that's fine with me. I'll just carry that. Caesar, do you mind passing that over this way?
Sure.
All right, and put it here. Don't shoot it until I get away from you, all right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I got all set, bosses.
All right. Slammy and a mammy. Here comes the. And he shoots it.
Yep. And you repeat the process about 4 more times, just for the sake of brevity. You repeat the process for about 4 more times. Until you see a door.
Holy shit.
Now you have proof that there is something there.
Well, good news, bad news. Found a door, but it's going to be real hard to torch up some extra crispy worms.
You know, oddly enough, I think we're going to be okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Let me try, or at least look at the door. And she's gonna like go up to it, and she's gonna start like tracing one of her nails along it. Okay, so this isn't working. Magic Man.
Yes,
Can you magic the door open?
I can certainly try. I mean, let me take a peek here. Investigating this here door, without spending the spell slot first.
Yes.
I'd like to try and identify the function or use of this device.
It's a door. It's locked. There is the ever so faint hum of electricity going through it.
Ooh, okay. Well, I mean, it doesn't change my level of access, but at least let me try and interface with it. Tulgrook will wave his hands and bring up the holographic interface. It's going to be real simple for a door. It's going to have a button that's just open and close.
Yeah, it just says open, close, and has mag locks, which says engage, disengage.
Ooh, he's going to try disengaging the mag locks.
And with that, there's a very faint hiss of electricity. Or not hiss, not electricity, but like of gas.
Yeah, pressure releasing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that should disengage the locks, and this button here, unless it's a manual door, I'll press the open-close button.
It opens.
All right, Professor, I think we got it. You want to poke your head in there, see if there's anything that's going to try and shoot at us?
I don't think there will be anything that'll shoot at us. Why do you think there'll be something that shoots at us?
You're right, it probably won't shoot at us, but it might explode.
Oh, you are right. God, this would be really useful if you had some way of magically seeing into things, but I'm guessing by what you just said that you don't.
I mean, I can see into the dark, and I can try and identify the things that I see, but I don't really have any sort of super tech senses as far as I've tried. Hold on, let me close my eyes here, and Tulgrook will close his eyes and try and sense electronics, which I don't believe I have the ability or spell for.
Still no.
Yeah.
Still can't do that.
Yeah, still can't do that.
Still not picking anything up, sorry.
It's okay. Big man with the point, the drow, Aspara. Right, that's your name.
Yes.
How about you going for? You look like somebody who can take a punch. You want to go in first?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
If I
And
die, it's your fault.
not in insurance terms, but sure. And you walk in. There is no sign of issue or danger. The floor is very different, though. The floor is kind of covered in this. It's very different than the kind of like stonework that was outside. It's like this mix of something that used to be alive and has this kind of like red energy to it now.
But otherwise, everything seems abandoned.
Tulgrook will push Aspara further into the doorway. Go on, take a peek.
It is a bit weird in here, okay?
How do you figure?
The ground looks off.
Well, then step on the walls. What's the problem?
Yeah, it seems fine. The professor kind of like hides behind Aspara's like leg for a second and then moves around. So the electricity does work here. It's weird. And she'll kind of like scurry over to a. You guys now like also feel like the weight of the gravity is like totally gone. It feels normal again. It's really strange. The electricity's working. The gravity's different. It's like they were able to section off this one specific part and keep it safe. Maybe there's more specific parts.
Could be a network of specific parts.
She'll kind of like take one of her nails and push it on the floor, and you can see it like lightly gives way now that it's like being pierced. And she picks it up and it's kind of like peeling. Huh. Strange. She looks at you guys for a second. And then without a second thought, she like sticks it in her mouth.
Gross.
And
yep, you keep on eating that floor there. We're going to look around.
it's actually quite gross.
I would imagine.
Carpet in my life, I understand.
You ate carpet?
Yeah, it's a joke.
Don't that. Can we just keep going?
It is a good idea,
Looks
but
the camera.
I would make sure there's the floor is stable as you go.
Oh, it's stable. It's it tastes weird, but dead. It's definitely dead.
Yes, I meant if it is covering a hole in the floor that we do not know about.
Oh, yeah. Well, if I fall, I will scream, and you all will hear. I'll go like this.
Yeah, that'll do. Yep.
Okay. Well, you all are free to explore around. I am going to make my way into. And she like finally like takes a look around her surroundings, and more specifically, you guys will be able to take a look at the surroundings as well.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed.
Ooh.
Very orange.
It is very orange. Put yourselves around this area, if you would so please. So that is where you are. And as she looks around, and as you guys do yourselves, I'm going to go in there where the plants are. I want to see what they're like.
Sounds like a good idea. I'll walk around and see if there's any sort of tech that'll tell us what this place was.
Okay, you go do that.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna follow her.
Okay.
Spar will go with Polgy Wolgy.
I reject that name. I forgot to give her token on your guys' map. Give me 1 second. She is right here.
Cool.
Tulgrook will start entering buildings at random.
Okay. Why don't you choose which one you want to go into first, and then we will do so.
That one.
That one. Okay. All right, go ahead and put yourself inside Aspara as well. We're going to focus on you two for a second.
Oh, good.
Well, if I'm putting myself inside Aspara, that makes sense.
Sometimes they make me regret my choice of words. Other times I don't. As you are like exploring around, the electricity in here is minimal. This table that you see in front of you is very different than, well, sorry, not different. It's very similar to what you have on the ship.
Ooh, it's a thinking table.
More in the fact that it's supposed to be holographic. Like, you're supposed to be able to have a hologram on there.
That does change things.
Show 3D information. Basically just any information in a 3D space.
Aspara, look for a switch around here. This table should be able to turn on somehow.
Right there. Or a switch.
I'm not going to make you roll. You're just not able to find one.
There is no switch.
Hold on. If it's powered up, maybe I can just do this. And Tulgrook will pull out the old reliable and use holographic interface again. Let's see if I can see any buttons or interface here. Turn it on, get some power flowing to it.
Nothing happens.
Ooh. Hold on. I'm not getting any sort of interface on this thing. Let me try it again. Nope. Shit. Okay.
Pretty much all that's on in this room is the light that is in the floor and the light that is on the wall.
Yeah, that's shit. You know, I think this place might just be a little underpowered or something, because this is practically a dead room, save for the lights. Aspara, you want to press any buttons, try anything, see if anything happens? I'm just going to get closer to the door in case something does.
Sure, I can walk around a bit.
Yeah, feel free. Don't break anything, just push stuff.
There is no method. He will pull and push anything he can.
Okay. In here, there is basically like it's just all of these like containers, tubes that are filled with a mysterious liquid. And on one of the button presses, you empty one. On another, it sounds like it tries to fill, and then like an alert sounds out in the room. And in a language that neither of you understand, you hear that warning. And then the like room kind of goes back to normal again.
It sounds like you're making progress. You keep going. And Tulgrook will step outside. Waiting for whatever the alarms are going off to do.
It only went off the once.
Okay.
Are you going to go explore another room?
Yeah, I figure I will. Check on Caesar on the way. And then head on over towards this area, I guess.
Okay. You said you're checking on Caesar first.
Yeah.
Caesar, is there anywhere in particular that you would like to explore?
I mean,
It is okay to say no.
he's just by the doctor to make sure the doctor doesn't. Professor. Sorry, to make sure the professor doesn't do anything stupid.
She goes by both doctor and professor.
Yes.
Dr. Professor.
The good Reverend Dr. Professor.
Yes, a good Reverend Dr. Professor MD.
Yeah. Where are they right now?
They are right here.
Okay. Yeah, he will just make sure they're not doing anything stupid.
Tulgrook and Aspara, you guys are able to see them through the windows, and we're going to focus on them for a second.
Excellent. Make sure.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just making sure everything's going good, and then moving on into that room.
All right. Sephia, Caesar, and the good Dr. Reverend MD, BA, whatever other suffixes I can add.
What? Esquire?
Aspire the third. Yes, you guys are in the... Well, you're in the garden area. Obviously. And in here, the air and atmosphere feel like home, like normal. When you breathe in, it's very, very clean. And you can tell that Dr. Quickspark, she takes the deep breaths in, out, and in again with her eyes closed, going like, Caesar, I understand you don't have any love for a homeworld that you were never on before, but this is almost what I live for. This is miraculous and beautiful. She's going to start walking around.
Just as long as miraculous and beautiful doesn't start moving or anything, we'll be fine.
Maybe don't touch anything? I mean, these look like they're in perfect condition. That's the weirder thing, isn't it? It's in perfect condition.
Can I roll a perception check just to make sure there hasn't been someone there before us at any time recently? Or investigation or whatever you want.
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception.
Get it. 27.
All right. With that, nobody has been here in your best guess, probably years. This is probably the one spot where the electricity is functioning at peak performance for whatever reason. And all these plants bizarrely seem well maintained as well, which is kind of the other issue. But again, nobody's been here in years.
Well, let me switch up the question. So there's no tracks of anything moving around or being anywhere near this garden?
Yep.
I don't mean just living.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no. There is evidence of possible use of AI-controlled drones to maintain it.
Okay. In that case, with that check, can I see a console or something like that nearby?
Not specifically in here. I mean, the benefit is that, the walls of this room are glass. You, as the two others are kind of doing their thing, and you see them walk by with, like, Tulgrook, like, looking and pausing on you. You do see that there's a doorway here as Aspara and Tulgrook are going in. And you can see there's, like, some terminals and stuff in there.
Okay. He will turn to Sephia and just be like, I don't know why the energy in this place is still going, or the fact that their AI Jones is running, but someone wanted this thing to last, so I'm going to try to find the programming for it.
You can also find whatever generator or whatever it's running off of. See why it's got power after all this time.
Yeah. Just make sure she doesn't do anything stupid.
Yeah, I should be able to do that.
Yeah. Alright, you just gotta go look for that console outside. Scoodly doodly 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 doo.
All right. We'll do that in just a second.
Word.
All right. Sephia and the good doctor. Oh, crap. Okay. As you go over to the doctor, you can see she's, like, taking pictures and videos of the plants and kind of, like, and she's, like, looking up in the air and then down. And to you guys, it's, you don't see any evidence of, like, stuff being in the air or doing anything. On the outside, you saw, like, weird moving energy, but in here it seems totally normal. It's perhaps what's providing the clean and normal air. Sephia, you're a scientist, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think the plants kept flourishing? Why they haven't changed or mutated from being so close to each other?
They're far enough apart that they're not competing for anything. Generally, the only time things would mutate or evolve would be compete for resources, but if they're being maintained, there's no reason for them to do that.
Well, but they share the same soil, so you would almost guess that, the roots would be outstretched by so far now.
That's assuming they've continued growing for all this time. Based on their size, I doubt that's likely.
Yeah.
It's entirely possible that something's been taking care of them and keeping them to this size and preventing them from growing beyond expected limitation.
Where would the waste be then? Or, well, the harvest. I get whatever you really want to call it, but why can't we see that?
It's entirely possible that that's what's powering this place.
That would be depressing. Understandable, but depressing nonetheless. Harvesting such unique and, well, I guess now precious life to power the thing that's keeping them alive. I mean, imagine if, any of the Silky did that to each other, where we fattened them up and then harvested them to provide energy, or in your case, humans.
I hate to say that it's not exactly how it works, but
It's
not how society functions.
Do you suppose you are right in that regard, then? It is similar to how society functions.
Difference is, this is likely automated,
Yeah.
whereas people actively make the choice to do that.
Do you have much experience in feeding the beast?
A bit.
You don't sound like you enjoy it.
It's not pleasant. I'd much rather be able to just do what I want to do and not have to placate the people who think they know better, or the people who've put themselves in situations to be the ones that know better, despite not knowing anything at all.
Is that why you did what you did to yourself?
Curiosity, and a little bit, yeah. Wanted to see if I could. Turns out I can. People are not a fan of that.
I know you criticized my attention span earlier, and you're right. I do let it get the better of me sometimes, but I did look you all up. My contact is connected to what you do.
What do you mean by that?
Well, the person who's paying for all this has interest in you and them. They know you're a fugitive, they just don't know exactly why yet. I'm not going to tell them. That's not my business. What you did to yourself is purely and ultimately up to you. Nobody needs to know or justify why you did it. They can't control it now. Only you can. Right?
Yes. This wasn't just because of what's here, was it? You hiring?
I had an interest in you, yes. You were so mysterious. It's interesting knowing that there's a fugitive out there for some science. Crazy science, mind you, which is the best kind. And I figured if I could get some people who might be interested in figuring out some of the past and having you along, I'd get to learn quite a lot all at once. That is why I drink a lot of caffeine. That is why I rarely sleep. Because the research and leaving the mark is perhaps the most important thing. I don't want to fade away. I don't want this to fade away. She gestures around to the whole botanical area.
What are you willing to do to prevent it?
Everything. I'm willing to give everything for this.
I didn't ask what you're willing to give. I asked what you're willing to do.
I'm willing to do anything. Anything and everything. I'm willing to give and do anything to preserve history, to preserve my mark on history. I want to be the person. No. I need to be the person who rediscovered and found out why the rifts happened. Why the electricity is still running here in multiple spots on the planet, not just here, multiple areas. I can't think of anything better. Can you?
Yes, can. But I don't think you'd be willing to listen even if I told you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do my drug of choice. And I'm probably going to get a little bit crazy again. I'm not going to forget this. I appreciate you. I like what you do. You're interesting. Don't change that. And she then just pushes into her cheek. And you can see her swallowing all the coffee. Okay. So, we need to find a reactor or go to some of the other rooms. Oh, like this room here. And then she kind of turns around and taps on the glass.
I recommend against touching anything. If you touch anything, I will rip your arms off.
Okay. And she's gonna kind of scurry and move along and go around.
Yeah, I'm just gonna follow behind her.
Yeah. All right. Kaesar, Aspara, and Tulgrook.
Yar.
Yo.
Mm-hmm.
You guys make your way into the control room with Aspara and Tulgrook being in there first. And
All right, screens.
Yep, there are screens that have a they have a basically this a loading screen.
Interesting. All right. This seems to be the right place to learn more about what the hell this place is. Let's see what we can find. Tulgrook will start trying to go through what he can on the computer systems. If it's a language he doesn't understand, he'll use the old reliable holographic interface. But otherwise, he's just trying to get information on what this place is.
Does the holographic interface translate for you?
Kind of, sort of, actually. So, let's see. The interface allows you to operate an unfamiliar computer or one that lacks an interface as though you did have an interface, but it doesn't change your level of access. So
Yeah.
I can't magically bypass passwords. I have other spells for that, but I can at least try and see what's going on the computer.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't translate the words though, which is kind of what's important. As you, it has an interface. You don't necessarily need it to be holographic. It doesn't change anything if it is and is or isn't. As you're kind of messing around with it, you do come across, lock screen just saying that you would guess would be where the worker would enter a password of some sort. And the language on the keyboard is unfamiliar to you. The language on the screen is unfamiliar to you.
This is all old and weird stuff.
Sorry, never mind. I misspoke. You actually do know Yosoki.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah, no, it's literally the lock screen. Go ahead and roll computers now.
Absolutely.
And this can definitely be where the Caesar comes in if he would like.
Sure.
Okay.
He'll just sit down on one of the computers and start going at it.
So that is 29, it looks like.
29?
I believe so. 28 plus 1 from roboticist.
All right. God damn. Yeah, you're able to like crack the password pretty fucking quick. And you're able to see like it comes up with the first thing it comes up with is diagnostics and like a diagnostics window and a notepad saying, I hope in the future they think to visit this place and learn more about the reactor.
Guys, I think I found something.
What did you find?
It seems that this place is some sort of reactor tied to it. Old, whoever worked here thinks it's pretty important. Let's see if we can't access his information further, and we'll try and see if we can't, like, discern maybe what this was used for.
All right. I mean, other than the reactor, are you like going inside the reactor room or no?
Oh, no, not yet. I'm kind of curious, like, or are we able to determine what this thing is powering? Is it just the local area or further?
Yeah, on the diagnostic screen, it says a reactor for Bunker 27.
Ooh, okay. This is a localized reactor. It's got to be a hell of a thing to be going this long without needing repairs or maintenance, though. Wonder if we could learn something from it. Actually, that's a good point. Shit. Aspara, go yell at the others. Let them know we found something useful.
All right, will do. Where did they go?
Good luck. Actually, if I'm able to, is there camera system involved in this place?
There is not.
Ooh, okay. No surveillance.
I mean, most of the walls that you've seen so far, barring this room, are glass. I mean, there's literally a glass wall right in front of you looking into the reactor.
Oh, okay. Good. No, shit. I mean, Tulgrook is just going to do his best to start studying and learning what this thing is then. So if it's a reactor that's been going this long without, outside interference, that's got to be at least worth investigating.
All right. Aspara, why don't you roll? What is like the roll me your charisma?
You got it.
Just straight charisma.
Nah. I could spend a resolve. And I think it'd be smart.
Yes and no. It's not like the most important roll, but
it's funnier to see what happens. I'll let this one roll.
Okay. As you're like getting ready to shout for your friends, well, your friend Sephia, and then your benefactor, essentially. Your voice just catches in your throat, and you begin coughing. That awful coughing that you like get when you have like water touch like the back of your throat and just like double it over trying to hack it out, and it's awful.
Ugh. Cannot breathe. All right. He will double over hacking and just
Yeah.
attempt to find them.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not the hardest thing overall, considering that, like, as soon as you go into the botanical area, you do see them through the wall, like right there.
It's gonna go and tap on the glass.
Yeah, Sephia and the doctor, you both hear tapping. The doctor just like looks up, goes like, "Oh shit! Oh, it's Aspara. Oh, I wonder if he's found something. Did you find something?"
Thumbs up.
Okay, Sephia, we should go. Right? Yeah, we should totally go. Let's go see it. And she is going to move around to the front door of the botanical area and wait for Aspara to join her. And I'm assuming, Sephia, you were doing the same? Oh. And yeah, Sephia does the same and is able to... And you kind of all follow each other back to the like main control room for the reactor and join the rest of the boys.
All right.
So what'd you find? Is it anything good? Let me see. And she kind of like begins to like start pushing Tulgrook a little bit.
Careful. I mean, it seems to be the control access for the reactor and maybe some notes from some employees, too. Here's what I've deciphered. You speak Ahsoki, don't you?
Well, if you deciphered it, you must speak it too, so go ahead.
Okay, well, yeah, and he'll start, like, pointing not to the computer display, but his own holographic display. This button does that, this is a readout for that, and he'll start just showing off everything that he can manipulate.
Wow, 27 bunkers.
At least, probably more. And if you look through the glass here, you can actually see the reactor reacting.
Oh my god, yeah, it's spinning about. I wonder why it's doing that.
It's a good question. Let me see here if it's got any information on how it functions, and we'll learn. Is there a user manual for the reactor?
No. And I was really kind of like going through the notes on this.
Wait. I'm going to pull out my Yosoki manual for ancient Yosoki arc reactors from thousands of years ago that we abandoned for dummies and hand it to Tomáš.
Oh, perfect. Let me start flipping through this. Wait a second.
Hey, yo.
This is just pictures of you. I'm going to put this in my pocket. You're not getting that one back.
Are they appropriate pictures for the workplace?
Oh, you should tell me here.
I only do NSFW.
You only do NSFW?
But, I mean, he won't admit it, but he is a pirate.
No, I legitimately didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're welcome.
Hey, can I? Tulgrook,
Yeah,
can
by
I?
all means.
Yeah, take a peek.
Yeah, just a brochure. You can order it here.
Are you serious? I can order some?
Whoa. Okay. First of all, the reactor. It actually has the instructions right here. So, yeah, there. Like I said,
reactor.
I'm an academic.
Right. So here's okay. So obviously we don't know how it works. We don't know anything about it. And well, hold on, Tulgrook, go through those notes again.
All right, let me see here what it says.
Yeah, it's specifically like the further back you go, it's you're getting into a point where they. I'll check my own timeline. You're getting it to the point where it's kind of dated, where you would guess most likely. Well, it's dated 600.
Well, that's a few years back.
Well, it doesn't have any notation whether it is BNH, BR, or AR.
Right.
So it could be, in your logical sense, it could either mean that they're going off of a very old timeline that they like calendar that they had for themselves, or it's like negative 600 BNH. Like it's
Right.
like 100 years before the founding of Nova Haven. And it looks like it goes even further back, but in like the general reading of it, as it gets harder and harder for you to read, even for the doctor, as the language seemingly devolves, is just kind of this like air of frustration, and then like with some amazements of like they're able to use the reactor as electricity.
Goodness. Well, wait, use the reactor. They didn't build it?
Sephia, what do you think?
Why would I think about what?
Oh,
It says
so
here, and yeah.
we got an ancient reactor that's powering like social bunkers and stuff like that. We were able to figure out some stuff.
It says here that they were, able to use it for electricity, not that they built it for electricity.
It could have been designed to do something else.
Could be, but what?
Well, that would involve knowing more about what the reactor is and what it does.
Does anyone want to give me a culture check?
Absolutely.
I can certainly try.
Bonus points to anyone who has Kasatha as a listed language.
Ooh, not me.
Wait, do I just? I could. I won't.
Good thing you didn't.
Fucking hell.
Why that? Turn off your shoulder.
Aspara, waiting on a culture check from you.
Worrying. I'm assuming it's not warrior culture at all.
No. This is just the closest it's the closest that we get to like history. So Caesar, you're the only one who's going to make this connection.
Okay.
Of the technology that you have seen, mainly seen
I'm repeating all of this to all the people. Sorry.
Okay. No, that's fine. It saves me a bit of a headache.
Yeah.
Of all the Kasathas that you've known that have specifically come from Ashikar, the technology of the reactor seems as like very similar to what they have. And what they claim is like the oldest stuff on their planet from when they first inhabited it. Because all the Kasatha know they're not from the system, they just don't know specifically where they're from, and they can't point it out anymore. And that's kind of like specifically for the rest of the group, as you are telling him this. Could be, given the fact that there was an ancient Kasatha ship near Nova Haven, that there was some technology or perhaps a even semi-planned settlement that was going to happen on Rustrak.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
Okay, so this is also tied. Papa.
Tulgrook, remind me, have you told everybody about the message that is stuck in your head?
Yeah, at this point, he definitely would have. He was not hiding it whenever it was back when he first got it.
So, okay.
Brings up question of who the doctor works for.
I mean, we've only asked it once or twice already.
All right.
I'm gonna
go ahead.
Is there a check for that? Is there a check for that? I mean,
Maybe roll an ability score.
no, I want to insight check the doc.
Oh, sense motive.
Oh yeah, sense motive. Yeah.
It's all the way at the bottom.
Tits. That's such a bad roll for me.
Thank you for that, Grizz.
I'm here to please. It's a show, right? Yeah, he just changed his good eye to the doc, like trying to get a read after all this has been revealed. Clickety clackety. Nope.
I will also throw out a sense motive.
Please.
I'm also very suspicious of her.
Anyone who wants to give a sense motive. 18 is definitely better than 5.
8.
That's a flat 18.
Yo, that's 2 5s and 2
18s. What the
fuck? Let's go.
Let's get it.
Perfect.
Nothing if that's all things should be. You know, we're nothing if not consistent, fam. Let's go.
Surely. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for my 2 18s, Sephia and Aspara, no, I'm not. Sorry. Sephia in particular, knowing, having been told what she told you, she's mysterious now. And it's a little bit harder, especially now that she's like on caffeine. Like she's now like high again, essentially. And if it's tied in some way to your employer, that means somebody higher up, whether it be political, scientific, monetarily, it doesn't really matter. Somebody high up has a vested interest in what went on this planet, and maybe perhaps tied to the derelict ship that the ancient Kasatha had as well. Aspara, she seems stranger, as she's now fully, like, she's physically buzzing, but she seems fully focused in studying the reactor, and you can hear, like, everyone can hear, by the way, the like million clicks of like the camera as she's like kind of like moving around the like walls and trying to get all the like angles as she thinks that she safely can.
I see. Okay.
So at this point, Caesar's going to turn to the other three with his robotic eye. Thoughts, concerns.
Lots of concerns.
Yeah.
Main concern is that this is somehow tied to our friends we made the other day.
It's all lining up, ain't it?
Because, believe it or not, our wonderful friend, the doctor here, wasn't entirely honest with us. Big surprise there.
How do you
That
figure?
her employer was interested in us.
Oh, shit. How'd they get to know who we are?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
No. Well, yeah. But no. Wait, does this... He, like, looks at his fucking Omni tool and he's like... They may have known us for a while.
How do you
Remember,
figure?
I think I mentioned it before, how someone put up a listing that said that we had accepted the deal the other day, but it wasn't official, so we couldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I tracked it all the way back. I connected to an old individual of mine that I'm acquainted with, but they're nowhere near any of this. So they've known us for a longer than we think.
Ain't that
So my question to the three of you, are we all leaving this planet alive?
We're going to do our best to do so, yes, sir.
Oh, the four of us definitely are.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to, it's like, okay, so like, in the world of skullduggery, like, the implication isn't like, I get the words expounded upon, like, you get the implication, but then you don't talk about the implication again, talk about,
no, we're well past the point of subtlety, I think.
Oh, we're not, but the subtlety's the fun part. Oh, okay. Nah, well, fine. I say this being the guy who likes to blow things up, but the subtlety is the fun part. I'm just, all right, okay, so who's going to do it?
Well, I'm not really quite good at that thing myself. Unless
What do you
we get
mean?
creative.
Didn't you melt people's guns to their hands the other day?
Oh, yeah, I guess that, yeah, sometimes I forget I can wiggle my fingers and make bad things happen, too.
Yeah. What better place for bad things to happen than an abandoned Yosoki homeworld that no one gives a fuck about anymore, except for crazy-ass doctors being assigned to us by crazy people we don't want to know. It's perfect.
You bring up an excellent point.
I don't think I did, but...
Look over to where the professor is and kind of like stroke through his beard and think about using overheat. I mean, I could do it. Y'all just got to let me know when and I'll get something going.
So,
what's the doctor doing right now?
Yeah.
She
Vironz?
is like on the other side of the lab from where you guys are. I'm assuming you went off into a corner to have your hushed conversation.
No, she means she walked away from us. So.
Yeah, she also walked away from you guys, but I'm assuming you went even farther to, talk about whether you guys are going to die or not and whether you're going to kill her or not.
Whoa. Who said anything about killing anyone? Easy.
Uh-huh.
I'm just,
She's definitely far away from you guys, to not enough to not hear what you guys talked about. She's literally buzzing, but taking pictures and videos of the reactor.
I've got an idea. It's a dumb one.
Well, most of the good ones are.
I don't think that recording software should make it off this planet, and I don't think this reactor should stay functioning.
Why not?
Some things should stay dead.
Yeah. But this thing hasn't died yet. Hard to stay dead if you ain't dead.
Well, the problem is, it's been dug up. Might as well have been dead. It's buried.
Actually, Tulgrook is going to remember something the doctor said, and suddenly he's going to... one second, I got an idea. Oh, shit. And he'll start using his holographic interface to start going through the files again. However, this time he's going to search for the moment that they had the surge in electrical signal and try and get the data around that at least. Like, if it lines up with the rift, maybe it could give us some information about history.
Okay. I want you to roll computers.
Absolutely.
Why can't I just blow up a reactor? Gosh.
I'm going to use a resolve point to hopefully make that better.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's go. All right,
It's a little
yeah.
better.
29.
Yeah, it's almost like it's 10 points better, almost 10 points better. With your holographic interface, having moved a lot closer, as you're looking through the notes in particular, does it say anything about the rift? Because the Isoki were off planet by the time that the rift happened. Because the construction of Nova Haven was kind of like this almost century long push, and as soon as Nova Haven was fully founded is kind of when the Isoki abandoned the planet fully, even when some people were still trying to terraform it, and then it's at this point now. Going through the diagnostics, going back, you are able to go back. So that's really what you're looking for. Going through that is you're able to go back about 150, because it's about 153 years ago the rifts happened.
Mm-hmm.
And because the rifts kind of lasted around a full year. They kind of open, closed all over. And with the final one being the massive bang that kind of introduced all the magic that is now more widespread through the system.
Right.
And with that, this thing recognized the surge and had a emergency shutdown and emergency shutdown to auxiliary power and diverted to essential functions only. That's what happened. And it seems that the botanical garden was deemed as a essential function. The area, Sephia, I'm assuming Tulgrook is sharing this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Sephia, the area that you were in right before Aspara got you was filled with these Isoki length test tubes. Kind of along the ground. And they looked like they were made either to keep some of the population safe or to bring new population. But that you only got that for the quickest of glances. So that area had no power in it other than the lights.
Oh, that's why the botanical art. Why the greenhouse? What's
Because food's important.
Yeah, The building next to it, which was out of power, seems to be medical bay, for lack of better terms. There were test tubes, roughly the size of a Yusuf. Either incubation, which is odd and would only be necessary in terms of, or in situations where there's not viable reproduction or medical treatment to ensure people stay alive. But that wasn't powered, so it being about food seems unlikely.
Fair. The hell? How much power is this thing even putting out, anyways? Could it power this whole place?
No, I'm not saying we should do this, and it would be highly illegal, but could we perhaps make it also power our ship in the future, maybe?
Well, actually, that's a good question. Vironz, are we getting an output, like total power generation?
Yeah, it seems to be over the amount that you're like seeing. Without getting into the actual engineering logistics of it, as much as I'm sure our audience would love that.
No, deets.
No, I can't. I mean, I can, but I don't want to. It's putting out more power than what's being used, so it is safe to assume that there is a battery somewhere on the planet that it's diverting power to. Or the the thing that's generating the clean atmosphere in the botanical gardens takes a lot of fucking power, but that seems unlikely.
Yeah, so I like this less and less the more we keep talking about it. I have a plan. I like my plan. My plan's pretty solid. What are your plans?
I
I
mean,
think if we can shut it down without blowing it up, I think that would be preferred.
if we could use it to empower our ship further, that'd be cool, but that ain't exactly the top of my priority. I'd like to be safe more than anything.
It's also mostly the size of our ship. Just throwing that. Just
That does become a limiting factor, don't it?
also, why do we want to keep it in one piece?
The study mostly, but
I just worry that blowing it up will create a larger reaction. We don't know what's generating the power.
All right. Well, I would say at this point, he's he has one of his pistols like visibly on the open just under his coat. He's just watching the doctor. So I don't really like waffling around. So
oh, you know I'm ready.
All right, Professor.
Yeah, what's up?
None of this is going to be reported to your employer.
Why is that?
Because we have reason to believe that there are a number of people that would like to plunge the system into unending chaos, that are after kind of gestures broadly around things like this.
How do you know that?
Tulgrook squints.
We've run into them.
And you're sure they're not anarchists?
Yes.
Oh. That's not good. Fine. Fine. Can I keep the physical copies, though?
No.
No.
Oh.
Doc, what are they paying you?
Well,
If you say a wealth of knowledge, I'm going to shoot you.
no. They're
Okay.
actually paying me.
Yeah.
How much would you like to know about how much they're paying? Like, do you want like a? In what ballpark? Do you want like this very specific amount, or do you want like the general amount?
I'll give it to you like this. We landed on an ancient homeworld of our race that I had no want to go to, neither does anyone else, to dig up ancient technology that they may use to destroy the system. I want to know everything. And to let you know how serious I am about my inquiries, I did just threaten to shoot you.
Yeah. No. I got that. They're paying me. Let me just do math again for 1 second. They're paying me about
Can I roll a
27.
perception check on the surrounding area?
Yes. I don't
Okay.
suppose you have any bonuses on being alert, do you?
No, I just have a high ass fucking perception.
Okay, I know you have a high ass fucking perception.
Yeah. I'm gonna resolve that. That's better.
Okay.
He's his this is a stalling tactic since are tingling like a motherfucker.
Well, that's a different role. However, you were probably the first to hear there is well, no, you are very perceptive. Caesar is a very perceptive character. You
Nice.
are feeling there are rumblings in the quote unquote Earth. And it feels like something is getting closer to you. You have the sense that it's probably going to be about 2 or 3 more minutes out before the rest of your party feels it.
Oh God. Okay.
And the reason that she was stalling is because I needed to do math. When she finally gets around to finishing her sentence, she's paying me about not she. Sorry, it's not a she. It's not really a he. It doesn't matter. Gender doesn't matter. Gender isn't real. It's about 27,500 more than what I paid to.
You can stop talking now. Everyone, something's getting close, and it's getting close fast. Aspara.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that throbbing sword around her neck. I need to get topside and get a look and see what's around us. Toggy, Sephia, you want to help me out?
Yes, sir. Happy to.
On your 6.
I'm behind you.
All right, yeah. He Scooty Doop. This little rat man. This little rat man senses danger. He doesn't say that, but that's the vibe.
It's implied.
It's heavily implied. How tall is this greenhouse?
Well, it's as tall as this like whole area, which is about 20 feet in height.
All right.
It's pretty damn well buried at the moment.
Okay. He's gonna clamber to the top if possible.
Well, yeah. This whole area in itself is about 20 feet. You guys probably went about 100 feet down.
Yeah, because we're super underground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's gonna use his intense rat speeds and get back to the surface.
Yeah, you're with your intense speeds halved by the extreme amount of gravity of high gravity.
Yeah, thank you.
You do make your way back to the surface, and you barely spot that there is a cruiser flying by doing a bombing run.
Okay. Yeah.
And to add more, and guess what? You remember the colors of the armor of the
Oh no!
combatants
Oh,
that
yeah.
you fought before?
Is it a red and black? Is it a red and black ship?
No. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
And your estimation of them being a few minutes out was wrong. It was based off the facts of the bombing. And you can see that they're, like, the closer that they get, they stop dropping the bombs as they kind of see evidence of where you guys came from. And guess what? It looks like the ship is slowing down as well. With this kind of cruiser, given your past and knowledge from it, it sits about 3 people very comfortably. 4 people is a bit tight.
So Aspara on a bad night.
Hey.
that shade was so unnecessary but felt so right. He'll holler back down the hole? Question mark? Hey everybody, remember those lovely people that we got to interact with before?
Yeah.
No,
They're here. Yeah. Aspara?
Yes.
Knock her out.
Okay. I will try.
No need to roll. It's very easy. She's just a civilian.
Just don't hit her with the throbbing sword.
Hit her with the flat side of the... No. God damn it. God damn it.
Just slap her around a little bit with a throbbing sword? Is that what you're saying? Knock her out? Damn.
Go on.
Who
Was
doesn't
Far
like
on a
a
real
sword
good night?
slap?
Was Far on a really good night? Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, you hit her with the flat side of the sword, and God damn it! And she goes
ruler.
down.
Oh, you slap her with her sword and it goes down? Nice.
Yeah, it's like a measuring T, you know what I mean? Like
She. Anyway, she's knocked out.
well executed, everyone.
Every session. It's every session. You guys break me in a new way every time.
You're welcome. With that, well, he'll head back down. Well, we know what they want.
Yeah. They're not gonna get it though.
Yeah, so remember how I said disable this thing without blowing it up?
Yeah.
Less of a concern.
Yeah. You think we should set this thing to melt down?
Oh, sure.
Hey, Toggy.
Yeah.
Want to make a computer check to make that thing go into meltdown?
Oh, I would love to. In fact, I will do so now.
You want to re-roll
Grizz,
that?
don't blow it
I
up.
will
With the
absolutely
computer
re-roll.
check to make this thing go into meltdown?
Is this a door over here, by the way?
Can I actually assist because I'm good at making things blow up?
It's computers. Do you have a class skill on that?
Yeah, actually.
Then yes. Roll with advantage, Tolby.
I was gonna say I'm a fucking operative.
Oh, okay. I will use a resolve and roll one more time.
There you go.
There we go. 22.
Yeah.
All right.
Do I have a class skill on it, please?
Sorry, I forgot you have a class skill at about everything. What do you fucking do? Yeah. Yes, it is a door, to answer your question earlier. What would you like to do?
To the door?
Yeah, he would like to enter. And I assume, is there a little bit of magic to this?
We'll roll mysticism.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, I don't think we've had to roll that yet.
Yeah. I'm not going to have to.
Oh, you have detect magic? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, there is magic around here.
Well, while it's melting down, Aspara would like to try and give it a little fun gift of where is it? Entropy. He would like to try and add a bit of a black hole juice to this thing.
Yeah, fuck this thing in particular.
I need us to sit with the uncomfortable knowledge of black hole juice.
I mean, it's a good chug.
God damn it.
And it came all the way
full
back
circle.
around.
Here's what I'm gonna say, Aspara. Are you sure you want to do that?
Yes.
Get it?
Okay.
These people deserve whatever is going to happen to them when this thing explodes.
Yeah, but what about us?
We can leave. We're going to run, I believe.
We can leave.
This planet might not exist anymore, but, that happens.
Yeah, I mean, it's an actual trash heap.
Okay. If you want to, go ahead, spend. How many entropic points do you have?
Technically 0, but I can spend 3 turns to get 3.
Okay.
Or 2, rather, because I can't hold 3.
All right. I need you. You're going to spend those 2 turns. You're going to focus on the energy as this thing is shouting alarms that you don't understand. That everyone other than I don't think Sephia has Yosoki as a language.
I do.
You do. Okay. Everyone other than Aspara understands this. Meltdown imminent. Evacuate now. Evacuate now.
Well, that seems like as good a time as any.
Aspara, you guys see Aspara went inside, is meditating for about 6 seconds, and now has this extra aura of controlled chaos around him.
What is that idiot doing?
Does he have to meditate for that?
Let me have my flavor.
It kind of feels like him. I'm sorry.
I do have to meditate, actually.
Okay.
At least for a few seconds, I have to spend action.
Yeah, it's about 6 seconds in total.
Yeah.
You do that. You gain the aura of controlled chaos in the end of everything. And
Yells loudly as he's charging up.
God damn it!
And you.
Oh, I see. He gets more powerful if he yells.
It's over. No, you direct it to the reactor, and the warnings get incredibly quicker and incredibly louder.
And we're going to leave it at that for tonight.
Thank you for listening to Echoes of the Vaegres, a Starfinder actual play by Hallowed Haven Studios. GMing for this actual play is provided by Vironz. Sephia is played by Termite, Caesar is played by Grizz, Tulgrook is played by Gavin Cash, and Aspara is played by Heretic. Our intro music is Yes You Are the Villain by Tomáš Herudek. Our art is by David N. at fiverr.com/Shalok, SHALOCK. Editing is by Termite.